that will do. I'm satisfied that the counsel for the defense is sufficiently capable of representing the defendant.
Oh.
Yay, I did it.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Over the first hurdle.
Now, a summary of the incident, if you please. Prosecutor Oichi.
As is your wish, Your Excellency. I will T-pose to prove my dominance. The repugnant crime took place on the 11th of August in broad daylight.
It's also been 9 months and he's just accepted his new hairdo.
Yeah, because he... fucking... dishonor upon him. He had his hair cut off. On the outskirts of the imperial capital, under bright blue sky, a secluded bathing spot by the sea.
Oh, so she was living it up.
Oh, yeah. The incident occurred inside a small beach hut erected for bathers to rest or change their clothing. Blah. The cause of death was a single stab wound to the posterior abdomen that pierced the victim's lung, an injury which proved fatal. There were 2 persons alone together in the beach hut at the time of the victim's death. Miss Brett, in her bathing attire, and the accused, Ray Mambami. Accordingly, there can be no doubt of the accused's guilt, especially when we consider she had a powerful motive. The police arrived rapidly at the scene and promptly arrested the young lady.
What a ding-dong. Well, that extraordinary description of events leaves me somewhat lost for words, I must say. You horny bonk.
That's certainly true. The prosecution's summary was full of words that raise an awful lot of questions. I have a question. What are you referring to when you say bathing attire? I'm very curious.
A powerful motive.
What were they doing together? Alone? Yes, what is it, Susan? I mean, Naruto-san? I'm really starting to wish we'd made my alias Ryutaro Susato. Please tell the court why exactly you were present at the bathing spot with the victim in the first place, and why you were alone with her. Mommy? Wait, no, it wasn't like that at all. There were other people present. The detective who was guarding Miss Brett, for starters. I was just asked to accompany Miss Brett as a companion, that's all. But let us be clear. At the moment of her death, you were alone together. With the victim in the hut, you and no one else.
You forgot about the 8 other prostitutes she brought in. Oh, wait.
They don't count as people. This is feudal Japan. The truth is, there is only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brett on her bathing sojourn. I'm afraid for this answer. It was the accused's last chance to take the victim's life. No! Because, as we know, the following day would see Miss Brett extradited to the British authorities in Shanghai. And the accused would never have an opportunity to dispatch her again. Kindly refrain from conjecture, counsel.
The prosecution counsel seems to enjoy using provocative tricks like that. But for now, at least, we need to assemble more facts. Try not to let him goad you. Goad. 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 Goad.
Are you having fun there?
Goad. 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 Goad.
Oh dear, this is really terrifying. But Father's right, we need more information. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel about what he said about a motive. You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive is a blatant overstatement.
Tut tut tut. Is the yokel boy using long words he doesn't fully understand?
I beg your pardon?
No matter. Let us put this to the accused, shall we? Bummy-san, you are a research assistant at the Imperial Yume University, I believe?
Yes, I am. I'm working with Professor Mikotoba in his laboratory at the moment.
I can confirm that. The defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility.
Fascinating to hear. Now, another question. Prior to your work with Professor Mikotoba, whose research were you assisting then?
Oh, I was studying under Dr. John H. Wilson.
Dr. Wilson, the visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brett 9 months ago.
Oh, in that case, you're free to go.
What? Oh! The accused had a deep-seated respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson. Is that not true?
Yes, Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man.
Interesting. Then tell the court what deep-seated feelings you had towards the Englishwoman who killed him.
Well, obviously I was filled with hatred for what she'd done. A powerful hatred. Oh no, Ray, be careful of what you're saying.
Ah! The motive was revenge. Plain and simple, Your Excellency.
Well, it was clearly a trap all along. How wicked of him to use Ray's undying respect for her former mentor against her like that.
I must find out more details, and something we can use to bolster our defense. As a lawyer, the bathing spot. Please tell me about the women in great detail, please. Their bathing suits, their scantily clad bodies, their exposed ankles.
Am I gay?
Yes.
What do you want? Young, fresh-faced, young millennials?
What's funny is millennial actually could be a suitable description for this generation because they are at the turn of the 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
Could you explain, please? You mentioned a bathing spot.
Yes, it's a spot for one to bathe their nether regions. Or in your mother country, your home. What's the word I'm looking for? In the backwoods that you come from, any hole full of water. My apologies. Clearly, my modernity has confused the poor country bumpkin's simple mind. Bathing spots are the very latest trend in health practices from the West. We are told that bathing in the water of the ocean is curative, therapeutic, and excellent for the skin's...
No, what the fuck? No, that's not what I meant. I was referring to the fact that Miss Brett had, to all intents and purposes, been found guilty of murder. Why would a known criminal have been relaxing by the sea?
I don't know. For old time's sakes, I believe.
What?
Miss Brett was to depart for Shanghai the following day. Her final wish, as it were, was to enjoy a day at our country's wonderful coast.
My popcorn!
It's my popcorn now.
I will use my fat thighs to keep my popcorn. Keep going. I want to see Daddy hurl up.
Well, apparently we're eating popcorn now.
Yeah, because you're an asshole and tried to steal it from me.
You're really just gonna eat popcorn right in front of me?
And the British Embassy put extreme pressure on our government to comply. But on what grounds would we agree to such a request?
Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand up to foreign powers. They fucking suck. In matters of diplomacy, it seems we don't even have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal.
Don't look at me, Professor! It was the government who granted permission, not I. In any case, it was decided that with a dedicated detective on duty, nothing could go wrong.
Was it Gumshoe?
No, he hasn't been born yet.
Gumshoe, how the fuck did you get here?
I don't know, sir. How did I get here?
Probably was just on break.
But in fact, a murder took place. Yes, well... And don't look at me, it was that young student girl who did it, not I. It decided that with a dedicated detective on duty, nothing could go wrong. But in fact, everything went wrong.
I wouldn't provoke the man if you don't need to. I believe we all have a clear picture of the incident now. Despite her guilt being determined 9 months ago, Miss Brett managed to avoid incarceration, instead continuing her research work at the university. Obviously, over that period, she and Ray would have encountered each other on a number of occasions.
Seeing the murder of the mentor whom she had such great respect enjoying in such undeserved liberty.
Yes, even if it was only temporary until Miss Brett's extradition to Shanghai. You can hardly blame Ray for her feelings of anger and resentment.
Poor Ray. So, Your Excellency, if you would be so kind as to peruse this exhibit. A photographic print that shows the scene of the crime immediately following the grim incident. For your pleasure, I have taken the duty of making sure this photographic print is in 3 dimensions. Just cross your eyes and you can see into the 3rd dimension, because this is a mechanic that they spent way too much time on.
Oh, are we gonna do it again?
No, I was making that up. Yes, thank you, Counsel. A tragic image, now in 3 dimensions.
No, Your Honor. We are now going into the mythical 4th dimension.
But the 4th dimension is time. So, if that's the case, then this should show the moment of the murder. Along with every other moment ever.
Exactly, Your Honor.
Well, then this tells us nothing.
It will tell us everything. Oh, wait, she didn't do it.
Oh, shit. Well, damn.
As you can clearly see,
You're
there's...
a terrible lawyer.
I know. As you can clearly see, there's nowhere within the hut that anyone else could have hidden except for that dress in the back. And underneath the tablecloth, maybe. If you were a spider. Maybe she was stabbed by a spider. Stabber. Nah, that's stupid. It must have been the young woman.
The court will accept this photographic print as evidence.
The photographic print has been entered into the court record.
As I understand it, then, the victim and the defendant were alone inside the beach hut at the time. This is deeply troubling, I must say. The finger of guilt points firmly at the defendant.
Well, Your Excellency, naturally the prosecution has much more to its case.
Oh my god.
We intend to prove the accused appalling actions beyond all possible contention. To that end, I can confirm we have multiple witnesses to the crime and damning evidence. Witnesses? But... hold on. That doesn't make any sense if they were alone together. One of whom, I might add, is a highly respected police detective who definitely didn't commit the crime, I assure you. The testimony of these witnesses will leave no room for doubt.
Very well then, counsel. Bring forth your witnesses, who definitely did not commit the crime.
I, Takatushi Oichi, have been waiting for this moment.
Sorry?
Yes, you will be. Oh, I haven't forgotten that trial 9 months ago here in this very courthouse. My hair! When that irreverent little student boy utterly humiliated me. Back when I had hair!
What? Yes? Why am I wearing this outfit? I'm wearing a tie, for God's sakes.
This insult to the Oichi family name will never be forgotten!
Oh my god, shut up.
You have no one to blame but yourself.
Oh my god, shut up. No, Kazuma.
Oh, he did start growing more hair.
Strike the head of a samurai whose top knot has been cut, and the bell of cultural enlightenment tolls. So people have been smacking my bald head ever since, saying it will give them good luck. It really sucks, you know, having your personal space invaded. And it's not like I was comfortable with my hair being, my head being bald before anyway. I mean, that's why I tied it up to make sure people didn't see my bald head. Well, even though it was Kazuma who did it, I can't get revenge on him because he's dead now, apparently. That really sucks, but I can get revenge on the Naruto clan. The start of your own mini Meiji revolution? Are you modernizing as well, Council? Silence!
I see you!
Since I swore revenge back then, there has been a minor... Wait, what? Hold on. Since I swore revenge back then, there has been a minor miracle. Put up my head. Observe the witchy growth. You see the seed of hope spreading forth from the barren expanse of my crown. I think that tiny growth is trying to tell me something. I'm afraid I can't really see. Where is the hope exactly?
I kill you!
There's another Yoko's turned on the Naruto clan. Well, I will vanquish you! And my victory will be fertilizer for the seed of hope up on top of my head. You have been warned. With it, the prosecution calls the witnesses to the stand.
Looks like the stakes are high on both sides for this trial. Oh no! The prosecution and defense each has much to lose. Oh no! If the defense loses, our defendant dies. If the prosecution loses, they lose their little tiny bit of hair. Wow, we both have so much to lose. Aha! A haircut is hardly comparable to Ray's life. Shut the fuck up, father.